Corker's main market rival, Clarendon House, coming out of stall 1 right next to him. They very nearly got the back gate closed, but not quite. That's it. They're in the gate. And they're off for Ladies' Day at Sandown, and it is Arecibo who gets the first call to the outside can-to-can, and up against the far side rail is Clarendon House. Then there's a break of a length and a half to Dream Composer, who is racing alongside Corker. An outrun at the back of the field is Dubai Station as they zip through the first quarter of a mile, and it's Clarendon House who now has the lead. In the centre of the course is can-to-can, and between those two is Arecibo as they go through halfway. Corker is stalking this early battle for the lead in 4th. Ridden along in 5th is Dream Composer, and Dubai Station still at the back of the pack. They're racing on now down towards the final furlong and a half, and as Clarendon House has already checked out, it is now Arecibo and Corker who are the two who now duel for the lead. Inside the final furlong, and Corker takes the lead. Now battling back, Arecibo against the far side rail. Can-to-can, and then Dream Composer. Half a furlong to go. Corker has the lead. Dream Composer, however, is lunging, and it's close. Dream Composer or Corker, followed by Arecibo and can-to-can.
Photo finish has been called. A photo finish is called, and it is between number 4, Dream Composer, who finished fast and late for Dougie Costello, and Corker, who looked like he might at last be having his day, as he had it snatched from him. Back in 3rd was Arecibo, the 8-year-old, who's run really well. They've gone pretty hard up front, and that's left it vulnerable to horses closing. So not the way we expected the race to pan out. And the sun is bouncing off our screen, so I'm absolutely guaranteed.
Not an easy angle either, is it?
No, that you at home have got, if you've got a better chance than us, I think that you'll have a much better chance than us of discerning what's going on there. The angle, of course, is tricky.
Corker's head's very low.
It is, isn't it? So number 2, Corker, number 4, Dream Composer.
Here is the outcome of the photo finish for first place. First, number 4, Dream Composer
has won for Dougie Costello and James Evans. Corker is denied again for Tom Marquand and Carl Burke. And 3rd was Arecibo for Holly Doyle and Robert Cowell. So the winner, Dream Composer.
Yeah, who benefited from a more patient ride than most in this race, and has managed to get up very late on. I think Corker has run very well. He was able to sit a little bit handier today, but he got a nice toe into it. But you can see at this point the winner only has 1 behind him. Clarendon House, tongue tie has gone on and he stopped very quickly. Yes, he went quick, but that's not a complete excuse for him, given Arecibo was never too far away from him, and he lasted an awful lot longer. So did the horse on the outside, can-to-can. So disappointing run from Clarendon House, but the winner nursed into it, picks them up very late.
Yeah, it might well be a help that Dream Composer can stay quite a bit further than this. Up front, we had 3 of them go forward, as you mentioned. Clarendon House over there on the far side rail, Arecibo in between them, and on the outside, the filly can-to-can, and they have rather taken each other on. Arecibo's done best of them, despite going keenly.
Yeah, Holly Doyle just tries to take him out of the battle a little bit here, doesn't she? She just eases him back a half length or so to try and hold him together, but he's an enthusiastic horse, is Arecibo, and he's wanting in the middle of horses to get competitive and go between them, so she eventually lets him stride on. Corker comes through here looking like the winner, really. Kind of looking, thinking Arecibo's probably been up there for a long time. The other 2 are dropping away, only a matter of time before he does, and it was, but it wasn't Corker, who looked all over the winner here, that comes home in front, and it does look a complete pace collapse given the amount of ground that the winner has made up very late on.
It does, and it was the one time, frustratingly, that Corker, despite having habitually been slowly into stride, he broke okay today.
Yeah.
Not smartly, but okay.
Yeah, and it's counted against him
Yes.
in a sense. If it have had his normal setup, he'd have been played that little bit later, wouldn't he? So it's one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Frustrating, isn't it? I feel so sorry for the connections, because he's run really well again.
Yeah, he has, and he's moved into it very sweetly, hasn't he? Much more so than the winner, who's sort of at top tilt here, switches back inside. Good move, I think, that from Dougie Costello. Sort of gets the horse enthused and gets him in behind, switches back out late on. Just sort of tried to get the very best out of him to run well, really, the winner, and it's resulted in a win with the others having softened each other up.
I agree with your point about Clarendon House. It is the first time tongue tie. He has capitulated quite markedly. It's his first bad run of the entire season.
Yeah.
But other horses that are up front with him have lasted much better. Arecibo and Cantacan have finished 3rd and 4th respectively.
Yeah, might just be better with something to follow and, you know, get on the back of something and kick them off a little bit, not right out the back or anything, but he was always... He wasn't as quick away as the two horses that he disputed the pace with, and then he's had to make up 3 parts of a length or so to kind of get with them. And then he's always been eyeballed, he's always competitive, but he just stopped so quickly that coupled with the tongue tie is a little bit of a concern for his performance. But given how well he's been running this year, I'm sure that in the short term you can expect him to bounce back. He's better than he showed today.
Just posing for photos. Drink Composer has had a couple of buckets of water thrown over him, some of which reached me. I can't tell you how grateful I was for that. Let's see if we can stop Dougie after he has posed for photos just to have a chat with us. Dougie? 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 I've just been stopped by members of the press instead. So I'll have to grab him later. So let's get the SPs.
Thanks, Lydia. I'm sure you'll get him in a moment or two. 3-1, Dream Composer was, and Corker was 5-2. Clarendon has the 9-4 favourite. The winning time just a tick or two over a minute. 1 minute point 32. It's a hand time, which is 0.62 outside standard. That's not a bad time at all, given the going description. That would be quite a decent ground time. But we'll get the evidence of the other races as we work our way through the afternoon. Let's get